Good morning. How are you?
Morning, I'm okay. And you?
I'm very good. Well, first of all, congratulations. You're now a father.
Thank you.
Well, I want to ask you, obviously, about the goals that you've scored this season. You've scored some very important goals, some very meaningful goals for the club. First, obviously, it was the first K League One goal for the club in a long time, as we spoke about earlier in the year. Um, it was also kind of perfect that you scored the goal against Suwon FC in the 1-1 draw that confirmed the club's K League One status for next year. How does that feel to have played such an important part of the season and the how well the team have done this year?
Muito feliz com o meu momento, né, por ter marcado gols importantes como esse. Graças a meus companheiros que vêm me ajudando bastante. Eu sempre vou falar isso porque é verdade e a adaptação aqui foi muito boa, graças a eles, né, que me receberam muito bem. E muito feliz, muito trabalho, consegui ajudar a equipe nos jogos. Eu sabia também que quando cheguei aqui no Daejeon tinha uma pressão muito grande, né, pelo último campeonato que eu fiz, pelos gols que eu fiz. A torcida, todo mundo queria ver muitos gols. Eu acho que estou conseguindo corresponder. E espero continuar. Ainda faltam 3 jogos, espero aí dar mais alegria ao torcedor.
Tiago was very happy to be a big part of the team this season, and that's thanks to all the teammates that have helped him along the way. And I mean, obviously, all the stats that he can show up to this state was thanks to all the hard work that he's done in the training centers. And before Tiago came to Daejeon, he knew that there were going to be a lot of expectations from the fans and from the teammates between ourselves also. But thankfully, he was able to meet up to these expectations and show a big performance. And we still have more games to go this season, and hopefully he can bring more happiness and more joy to the fans.
Yeah, let's hope so. You've also scored goals at very important times in games, like for example against Suwon Blue Wings in the last game. But there was a lot of time in that game where you didn't have the ball. There wasn't a lot of service to you. How do you keep your concentration levels and keep believing that when a chance does come, that you have the composure to be able to score?
Engraçado que esses dias eu tive uma conversa com meu irmão, e ele gosta muito de futebol, né? Entende muito sobre futebol. E ele falou mais ou menos isso, que a coisa boa é que eu não preciso de muitas chances para marcar. E eu dei risada, brincamos, né? E falei que isso é bom para mim. Espero que continue assim. Mas uma coisa que eu faço muito nos jogos é manter na minha mente, eu fico falando comigo mesmo assim, tipo, se eu perder a chance, eu digo, tá bom, passou, foca na próxima. E se eu não tenho a chance ainda, eu fico, vai vir, acredita, vai vir, vai ter a chance, fica preparado. Então, isso tem me ajudado bastante, porque quando as chances vêm, eu consigo fazer os gols, ou então, pelo menos, fazer com que o goleiro trabalhe. Eu acho que isso é importante para nós atacantes.
He interestingly just before our game against Blue Wings, he had a chat with his brother, and his brother's also like he has a lot of knowledge in football, and his brother mentioned that Tiago doesn't actually get a lot of chances mid game to score, but when he does, Tiago like takes advantage of most chances and ends up having a high number of goals. And he says that his little secret to keeping focused in the game is he talks to himself a lot during the game. So if Tiago has a chance but misses a goal, then he tells himself to keep his head up, that the next chance he's going to have, he's for sure going to finish it. But if he doesn't get a lot of chances, doesn't get a lot of balls to his feet in the game, he just tells himself to keep patient, that more chances are going to come in the future. And whenever he gets the ball, even if he doesn't manage a way to score a goal, he tells himself to at least make the goalkeeper work, give him some more work to do.
16 goals now for the season. Did you know that that's equal to the record for Daejeon in K League One?
Não sabia. Agora que eu tô sabendo, então eu vou procurar superar essa marca e quem sabe aí colocar meu nome na história do clube.
Tiago didn't know about that, but now that he knows, he's going to try to find a way to overcome that record and become the number one place in the club.
Yeah, well, it was 2012 Kevin Orris, who scored 16. But the overall record, including K-League 2, was 20 goals. That was in 2016 with Kim Dong-chan. Plenty of time to even beat that record too.
Vai ser bem difícil, né? Mas eu vou estar trabalhando, focado, quero muito, né, conseguir, não só por esses feitos, mas eu acho que é importante sempre estar marcando gols, sempre estar ajudando meus companheiros em campo. E claro, se eu conseguir esse feito, eu vou ficar muito feliz.
Obviously, it's going to be very hard to defeat these, overcome this 20 goals record, club record. But besides scoring goals and making points, Tiago says that he's going to always give his best to always keep in shape and find a way to help his teammates in the game.
For sure. Well, the Golden Boot, or the Gold King, as you would probably translate it in Korean, how determined are you to win it this year after you came so close to winning it in K-League 2 last year?
Eu quero muito conseguir esse feito, ainda mais agora que minha filha Isabelle nasceu. Quero levar esse presente para ela, guardar de lembrança e mostrar para ela que o pai dela não era só bom de cabeça. Eu quero muito conseguir esse prêmio, né, por ela agora também. E eu espero conseguir, com a ajuda dos meus companheiros, dar o meu melhor, focar bem nesses últimos jogos, para quem sabe eu conseguir esse troféu.
Tiago is very desperate to get this award, and especially now that he has a daughter, Isabelle, he would like to bring this trophy back home, and one day tell her that her daddy was like amazing striker. Not only good at headers, but also scoring goals and getting the golden boot. But for him to be able to do that, he's gonna always give his best in trainings and help the teammates a lot.
For sure. Well, which goal has been your favorite? Like either the most meaningful or perhaps the most beautiful goal this season?
Bom, com certeza foi o do Pohang. Naquela partida nós perdemos, né? Mas eu acredito que seja um dos gols mais bonitos do campeonato até aqui. Ali foi muito importante porque, além de ter sido muito bonito, foi o início da nossa reação para o empate, né? Depois, no final, acabamos que tomamos o gol, mas ali eu acho que foi o gol mais bonito, diria, da minha carreira até aqui.
He had picked the second goal against Pohang away game, the one that we lost 4-3. And personally, Tiago thinks it's one of the most beautiful goal in the league so far this year. And it was also significant for him, especially because there was like the beginning of us overcoming the defeat because we're losing the game at the time. So it gave a little bit of power for the team, some strength for the team to keep fighting and stay in the game.
Yeah. And I read that you got the match ball, but was it you, Lucas, had to go and find it for him?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. So you've got the match ball. Did all the guys sign it for you?
Sim, consegui. Graças a Lucas, que foi lá atrás do juiz, que a gente estava já saindo do estádio, né, nesse dia. E aí eu lembrei que quem faz 3 gols, faz hat-trick, tem que levar a bola para casa de lembrança. Lucas foi lá, me ajudou, conseguiu a bola. E no dia seguinte eu já peguei o autógrafo de todos. Tá em casa, tá guardado, vou deixar num lugar especial na minha casa.
Well, yeah, thanks to me, because the team was already almost out of the stadium by the time we remembered that we should get a ball to keep in the memories. And right next day, we showed up to the clubhouse, got all the signatures from the teammates, the members here, and it's kept at home and hopefully waiting to be displayed in Tiago's collections one day.
Nice. Well, obviously, as we've talked about records for Daejeon, but they've never had somebody win the K-League 1 Golden Boot before. So that would be even more special for you to sort of cap off this amazing season. It'd mean a lot for you to be the first to be able to do that.
Sim, com certeza. Como eu falei, ficaria marcado na história do clube, né? Um desejo também, agora que eu estou aqui, né? Cheguei nessa situação, nesse momento, eu vou conseguir, né? Eu espero conseguir. Vou fazer o meu melhor para, como falei, deixar meu nome gravado na história do clube de uma forma positiva.
For sure, yeah. So it's going to be very meaningful for Tiago to have his name on the club's history, and hopefully he will be, at the end of the season, he will be able to be in the books of Daejeon's history.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. Do you feel any pressure? Obviously, lots of people are talking about this now, including me. So sorry, but does that make you feel a bit more pressured to win the Golden Boot?
Não, eu acho que é até normal quando você está fazendo gols, que te cobrem mais, que falem sobre isso. Para mim é super normal. Claro, a gente sabe que na nossa posição, na nossa função, todas as vezes que nós entrarmos em campo, tanto a torcida, a nossa família, nossos amigos, todo mundo vai querer ver gols, vai querer que a gente marque. E é isso que eu procuro fazer, ficar tranquilo, focado nos jogos, esperando a oportunidade de marcar. E quando essa oportunidade chegar, eu quero estar bem preparado. Eu sei que para isso eu tenho que treinar bem também e estar focado o tempo todo para marcar.
I mean, that's part of the job that he has, you know. Feel many people talking about it desculpa, você mencionou que você sente pressão.
Não, que não sinto, porque é normal que quando você está no momento fazendo gols assim, que o pessoal fala ou que cobre.
And of course, like it's part of the process. So Thiago doesn't feel any pressure at all. At his position, it's normal for people to keep talking about it, asking a lot of questions about it. Also, so there's no pressure about that. And of course, it's as an attacker, it's his function to score goals in the game. You know, there's fans coming to the stadium wanting to see Thiago score goals. His families, his friends are hoping that he scores goals in the game. So for Thiago, it's just all he has to do is stay ready, stay focused in the game, so that when the chances do come to him, all he has to do is finish.
And what will you buy Lee Chang-gun as a gift if you do win the Golden Boot for saving the penalty of Ju-Mingyu?
Ele até brincou depois do jogo contra o último jogo que eu fiz o gol foi contra?
Swan, né?
Ele até brincou falando que tem me ajudado bastante nisso, né, na artilharia. Eu falei para ele que se eu conseguir ser artilheiro com um gol de diferença, eu preciso dar um presente para ele sim.
He hasn't decided. Thiago, we didn't decide exactly what we're gonna get Chang'an, but in fact, Chang'an actually joked about it after a Swan match in the locker room. That he mentioned the goal, the penalty save he made against Mingyu, and if Thiago does win the trophy by 1 goal difference with Mingyu, then for sure he's gonna have to think about something to get Chang'an.
Okay, perfect. Well, Tiago, last year I asked you about who the hardest defender was that you faced, and you told me that was a Choyumin. So what's he like now to have as a teammate?
Eu acho ele muito bom jogador, ele com certeza merece estar na seleção pela qualidade dele. É um jogador diferente, muito forte, muito rápido, com qualidade no passe, salta muito bem de cabeça. Ele com certeza merece estar na seleção. Infelizmente perdemos ele durante nessa temporada, né, por alguns meses por conta da contusão dele. Mas que bom que ele está de volta, tem nos ajudado bastante nesses últimos jogos. Ele é uma liderança aqui dentro do nosso grupo. E está sendo muito bom trabalhar do lado dele agora, né? No ano passado eu sofri um pouco jogando contra ele.
It's Yumin's overall in general a great player, and for sure deserves to be in the national team. He has a lot of big abilities, main abilities including passes, great headers, and unfortunately we lost him this season for many games because of his injury. But thankfully, at least at the end, he was able to come back and help the team. You know, he's actually big help on and off the pitch as a good player and as a good leader.
Yeah, he's a good player, and like you said, you could see the difference he makes with and without. Because when he came back, things started to look a little bit more composed in defense. You must have felt that too, as well, even as a striker.
Com certeza ele nos ajudou bastante, né? Como eu falei, ele é um líder, é um campeonato ano passado ele conseguiu isso, né? Essa liderança, esse respeito com os companheiros, né? O capitão do acesso. E agora, com certeza, com a volta dele, nós ficamos muito mais fortes, né? Como ele fala o tempo todo, comunica o tempo todo, orienta o tempo todo. É um grande jogador e tem um grande futuro.
Yeah, for sure. Thiago agrees that there was a Yumin is a great player. He notices some differences when he comes back, and he helps a lot the team, especially because Yumin last year was a captain of our promoting year, and in many ways Yumin's a good asset to the team.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I want to ask you about joining Daejeon. When did you first hear that Daejeon were interested in signing you?
Quando acabou o campeonato, tinha 3 clubes, né, interessados em mim, assim que foi o que os meus empresários falaram. E o Daejeon era um dos interessados. Assim que as conversas começaram a rolar, né, entre os clubes, entre o meu agente, procurei o máximo de informação sobre o clube, sobre jogadores, sobre a comissão técnica, todos, e falaram muito bem do clube, da cidade, da estrutura do clube. Isso me interessou bastante. Depois, com a conversa, os clubes se acertaram, foi um bom para mim também, um bom contrato para mim também, então acabei que aceitando o convite e vindo aqui defender as cores do Daejeon.
So after the end of last season, there were about 3 clubs that were interested in Tiago, and the talks began between among the clubs and Tiago's agents. And Tiago started his own research on each one of the cities and the club's facilities, and he decided that Daejeon had adequate environment for him. And at the end, Daejeon offered him a good contract, so he ended up coming to Daejeon and defend Daejeon's club, Daejeon's games.
Yeah. Did you know that after your last game with Gyeongnam, that would be your last game for that club?
Provavelmente sim, porque as conversas já estavam bem adiantadas, né, para com os outros clubes. Eu também já tinha deixado claro para o Gyeongnam que se eu tivesse uma proposta melhor de disputar a oportunidade de disputar para aquele League One, eu iria aceitar. Eles meio que já sabiam disso e o clube super entendeu também a minha decisão de disputar aquele League One pela primeira vez.
Yeah, because by that point of the season, talks were already ongoing with other clubs, and Tiago knew that he told himself that the first offer from a K League One club, then he's for sure gonna challenge himself to the new league. And the Gyeongnam club was very understanding about Tiago's situation, and they were willing to let him go for a bigger chance.
I see. Well, I mean, the fans at Daejeon will be very happy that you've come because the fans really love you at the club. You've got a great relationship, it seems, with the fans. How important have they been, not just for you, but also for the team in having that backing? Because there's 10,000 or more most games. They've been very good.
Muito feliz pelo carinho de todos eles, né? Com certeza o apoio deles é muito importante nos jogos, né? Acho que eles sempre fizeram uma festa bonita no nosso estádio, lotando, até fora de casa também. Muitos jogos eles foram lá, lotaram, acompanharam a nossa equipe, torceram, incentivaram. Recebi muito carinho do torcedor, muito apoio, não só comigo, mas com minha família, minha esposa, né? E agora com minha filhinha. Isso faz com que eu possa dar ainda mais o meu melhor para dar alegria para eles.
I was very happy with our fans in Daejeon. Of course, their support for us is very important in football. But they show a great team, both home games and away games. And Tiago says that he's more than happy to play for these fans, especially now for not only for the fans but for his family and the newborn daughter.
Yeah. Well, good luck. Thank you so much for your time this morning. You too, Lucas. Thank you very much. Good luck for the rest of the season and fingers crossed you get that golden boot.
Fala para ele que eu estou agradecendo muito a oportunidade e desejo também boa sorte para ele no trabalho dele. Eu acompanho sempre aqui e fico na torcida para que ele cresça ainda mais nos seus objetivos.
Thank you for your time and thank you for having your time with Tiago also, because Tiago follows your contents always, and
yeah,
and he would like to show more higher goals to beat this year.
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, thanks, boys. Let's last thing. Let's do that. There we go. There it is.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thanks, boys. Take it easy. Cheers.